The Cleveland Cavaliers needed more than one trade to fix what ailed them, so they remade about half their roster in a series of unexpected moves to take one more run at an NBA championship. In what will go down as one of the most fascinating trade deadline days ever, the Cavaliers went all in on a new group of young players, adding long-term salary but blowing up a roster that had looked old, slow and dysfunctional through 50 games of the season. Gunnar guard Isaiah Thomas, big man Channing Frye and their 2018 first-round pick, moved to Los Angeles Lakers for guard Jordan Clarkson and forward Larry Nance Jr., Gunnar guard Derrick Rose, swingman Iman Shumpert and forward Jay Crowder, dusted in a three-way deal that got them Utah forward Rodney Hood and Sacramento guard George Hill. Crowder and Rose end up in Utah, Shumpert winds up in Sacramento, and a sentimental move gone too is guard Dwayne Wade, sent home to Miami for a second-round pick, allowing him to eventually retire with the franchise he basically made. The Raptors made one tiny move, sending little-used project Bruno Caboclo to Sacramento for guard Malachi Richardson. The other top teams in the Eastern Conference were quiet. Boston had interest in Memphis guard Tyreke Evans but got nothing done. Washington moved guard Shelvin Mack in a tax-saving move, and Milwaukee was silent. A players most expected to move who didn't were Evans, Clippers center DeAndre Jordan and Atlanta guard Marco Bellinelli. But it was the remake of the Cavs that was shocker and will reverberate through the league until this summer's free agent period. Cleveland took on longer-term money, about $70 million, but got younger in the process. Clarkson and Nance are both 25, and reset what had been a toxic atmosphere around the third-place team. And the Cavaliers didn't have to divest themselves of the 2018 Brooklyn draft pick they owned from the original Kyrie Irving-Thomas deal. Jordan and Larry add athleticism, energy and length to both ends of the court for us, Cavaliers general manager Koby Altman said. This trade is also a reflection of our continuing commitment to invest in our roster in ways that help us evolve and compete at the highest level now and into the future. But the moves do not come without a concern. The deal with the Lakers clears cap room in Los Angeles this coming summer, and they'd use it to try and pry free agent to be LeBron James away from Cleveland, with Thomas being an unrestricted free agent this summer and Lonzo Ball set as the Lakers point guard of the future. There's little chance Los Angeles will keep Thomas. There were a handful of other notable deals. Denver, Dallas and New York cooked up a three-team trade that saw guard Emmanuel Mudiay move from the Nuggets to the Knicks, forward Doug McDermott go from New York to Dallas, and guard Devin Harris move from the Mavericks to the Nuggets. Chicago sent guard Jameer Nelson for center Willie Reed, who they will waive, and also picked up forward Noah Vonleh from Portland for the rights to Milo Von-Rakovic. Orlando let free agent to be guard Alfred Payton go to Phoenix for a second-round pick. Around the league, Warriors warts. No one is suggesting the defending champion Golden State Warriors are struggling or anything. They still began play Thursday night with the best record in the NBA at 41-13. But there might be a couple of cracks that show they might not be as invincible as some think, especially in games at the Oracle Arena, where they have been dominant. Warriors have lost more games at home, 7, than they have on the road, 6. This season. That's as many games as they lost at home in the two previous seasons combined. They were 36-5 at Oracle in 2016-17 and 39-2 in 2015-16. Stop back-to-back. It took 71 games over the 4 seasons since he was drafted for it to happen. About the number of games a regular NBA player appears in over one season, but Philadelphia's Joel Embiid finally played in back-to-back games. It happened last Friday and Saturday, a Sixers win over Miami and a loss at Indiana, and Embiid played a total of about 65 minutes in the two games. Then, just to complete the weekend, he flew with some teammates from Indiana to Minneapolis to watch the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl. Shaken and stirred. Sometimes, a new voice resonates greatly with NBA teams. The Milwaukee Bucks, who jettisoned coach Jason Kidd late last month when they were falling freely through the Eastern Conference standings, had gotten a big bounce under new coach Joe Prunty. Since Kidd's former assistant took over the team, the Bucks are 6-1 and have climbed from 7th place in the East to 5th. They were just a game out of 3rd place going into games of Wednesday night. All that jazz. It might take some doing for the Utah Jazz to climb all the way back into the playoff picture, but they aren't going to go away quietly. An intriguing team with a stellar rookie in Donovan Mitchell, a true defensive presence in Rudy Gobert and a resurgent veteran point guard in Ricky Rubio is currently the hottest team in the NBA. The Jazz have won 7 straight games and, after a season that saw them lose All-Star Gordon Hayward and seemingly face a rebuild, they are just 3 games out of 6th place in the West. Milestone time. Michael Malone, son of the first head coach in Raptors history and a former assistant with Canada's national team, reached the first milestone of his NBA coaching career this week, after being saddled with questionable talent, personalities and inexperienced ownership and front office in Sacramento. He got his 100th win as the head coach of the Denver Nuggets when they beat Oklahoma